Newcastle United 3, Manchester City 3. The Geordies, the Tsunami, shocked Manchester City today, outplayed them for large parts, but the overall quality of Manchester City shone through. What a game, what a clinic, what great performances from Newcastle, what a comeback from Manchester City. It really, really was a solid performance. It really, really was. People are saying the volume isn't right. It was a bit weird after videos on StreamYard, my people. It should be okay in a few moments. Let me know. But yeah, as I say, very much a case of a brilliant game of football. Newcastle almost pulling off one of the best results they've had since the takeover. Eddie Howe demonstrating again exactly how good a manager he is. The system, the style, being able to adapt, using his powers today, players today that have great power, great athleticism, excellent speed to cut through this Man City team. And Newcastle did. They cut through them like a hot knife through butter. And there'll be Man City fans sitting down tonight thinking, got a little lucky there. Got away with that one. Having strikers like HAALAND, by the way, 3-3. Only 30 more goals to go now, and that's it. He breaks the Premier League record. I still believe he'll do that. Of course, the likes of Bernardo Silva, the quality they have in abundance from front to back is clear to see. But City got away with one to a degree. They got away with one. I think they'll feel that. But it does leave, as we all know now, it does leave Arsenal Football Club top of the league. That is where they sit right now on 9 points. The only team with a 100% record. And I don't think anybody else can have one. Literally, the only team left with a 100% record in the Premier League. Arsenal Football Club. Best goal difference, the most amount of points, no draws, no losses. City currently sitting in second there. They won't be worrying or panicking at this moment in time. But in the very early stages of this season, we have seen teams can drop points. The Newcastles, the Brightons, have improved. Tottenham have improved. Leeds so far better than they were last year. And it's going to be a very interesting and entertaining Premier League season without a shadow of a doubt. Still a little bit too early to really read too much into the league table, as it were. But that is where things stand as of now. On Newcastle, as I've already mentioned, this is a team that over the next 4, 5, 6 years is going to work tirelessly to catch Man City, catch Liverpool, surpass the Arsenals, the Man Uniteds, the Chelseas. I mean, they're probably already past Man United, to be fair, if we're being absolutely honest. But they play great football as well. And, I've had some rivals call me out recently by saying, do you really think new owners would fix Man United? You don't spend hundreds of millions, billions of pounds buying football clubs anymore to run them into the ground. They're so expensive to buy. The only way you make money out of them is by making them successful. You see, within 6 to 9 months, the ethos changed, the behavior of players, the work rate changed. And part of that is Eddie Howe and how he coaches them. But the players now know Newcastle United are serious. The players now know that Newcastle United are not going to tolerate a lack of running, bad behaviors. They've got the money to replace you and move you on. And I just want to say to Newcastle, we don't focus on them. We focus on the traditional top 6. But they were sensational today. Man City, listen, you got to give them credit for coming back. They're the best team in England for a reason. They're the best team in Europe for a reason. But they did look a bit shaky. That is the weakness in the City team. They do not like speed, athleticism, and power running at them. They do not like it. And can you imagine a team with that speed and power with even more quality on top? Can you imagine St. Maximin with end product? Can you imagine Callum Wilson that can play 90 minutes? That's the weakness in how teams can get at Man City. It's hard to do because they are so brilliant, but there are flaws within them and they were exploited today. But as I've already mentioned, when you have the quality of Gundogan, KDB, Bernardo Silva, when you have one of the best young strikers the world has ever seen, any era, point blank, in HAALAND, there we go. And, people were writing him off at the beginning of the season. 3 goals, 3 games. If he continues at this ratio, he's scoring 38 goals this season. It's great. And he also missed a one-on-one. It will miss chances. The 2 greatest goal scorers in the history of football, Messi and Ronaldo. I think their conversion rate is about 18%, which means they're missing. It means it's taking them 10 chances to score 2 goals. So don't have a go at him for missing. But they got over the line, and look, they'll be happy with the comeback, no doubt about it. Let's take a look here at some of your comments. Before we do that, I want to give away some memberships today, but I need your help. Let's hit 850 likes while I'm live. I'm going to gift out 20 free memberships to you. 850 likes, and those memberships come to you. Tap plan is what's been said there. Listen, if a player can score 38 tap-ins in a season, they're probably going to win something. So give me that all day long. And if you actually watch Haaland's hold-up play, you actually look at the shot that hit the post or was saved onto the post by Nick Pope, the touch, how he moved away from the defenders. He moved the ball from his left foot to his right foot for a first-time shot. That's not a tap-in merchant. That is a football player without a shadow of a doubt. Lots of Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal are top of the league. City looks shaky today, but Newcastle's pressing and work rate was immense. Well done to them. Could not agree with you more. It was an excellent performance from them. It really was. Newcastle have the blueprint. Yeah, but it's about work rate. You know, that's what they did today at Newcastle. They outworked City for large parts of the game and just stuck it to him. It was really good to see. A really good game and spectacle. I think City will go invincible. City had a bad day, yet came back from 2 goals down and still had a number of chances to win. It's scary. How do you beat them? I think with the quality of Tottenham, the quality of Chelsea, the quality of Arsenal, the quality of Liverpool, with the quality of the Leeds Uniteds, the quality of the Newcastles, as we've just seen, the qualities of I might have already mentioned Brighton and the like. There's too many good quality teams in the Premier League, in my opinion, to go invincible. But they could only go through the season losing a game or two. I don't personally think they'll go invincible, but good shout. Anybody else agree with our guy? New oil versus old oil. Yeah, new money versus old. Do you rate Edison, Terry, as a shot stopper? I would say Edison as a shot stopper is probably mid-table in ranking all the Premier League's #1 goalies. He's about mid. He's not world class. He's not rubbish. Mid-table. The sweeper keeper element, using his feet, #1 or #2 in that regard. That's why he is. If he wasn't that good with his feet, he'd be playing in La Liga 2. Do you know what I mean? He's not that great a goalkeeper. He wouldn't be playing for a big team. He's not that great a goalkeeper in the traditional sense, I wouldn't say. I've seen him get beat too easily with too many shots. Like so many times beat his near post. Bit weak, really, in that regard. Yes, of course, 19th. Listen, Man United didn't play this weekend, and we went a place up the table, so I'm very happy with that. We're closer to getting out of the relegation battle, which is brilliant. Which is brilliant to see. Terry, Newcastle were better than Man United. Yes, they are. Most definitely better than Man United right now. Couldn't agree with you more. It's probably meant to banter me, but it's not banter. It's the truth. Big up, Terry. Great result for Newcastle. My club disappointed today with our loss to Leeds. However, I believe we will bounce back. We have a manager and the players, despite their bad performance today. Yeah, I think Chelsea are going to be fine. I know everyone's, this is the reason why I said Chelsea wouldn't make the top 4. By that logic, everybody today should be telling me this is why City, Terry, you were right. City aren't going to win the league because they dropped points today and they weren't great. You can't, no one's opinion on where teams are going to finish this season have been proven this weekend with a good result or a bad result. It's crazy to say that right now, but we all have a bit of confirmation bias, don't we? Some more comments here. We are top of the league. We are top of the league. Saliba. We are top of the league. We are top of the league. Saliba. That is from Gunnasan right there. Arsenal fans, of course, are going to be basking in the glory of being top of the English Premier League this weekend. And fair play to Arsenal fans. You know, it's been a long time since they were good. So fair play. Enjoy it. Have a good time. And Glazers out. Yeah, that's what I'll say. That's what I've got to say. Haaland struggled today. Can't see him scoring against Arsenal or Liverpool. Why? Like, I'd love you to delve deeper into that comment as to why you don't think Haaland can score against the bigger teams. I'd love you to explain that. Not because I'm saying you're wrong. I would just love to hear you break that down, Nobby. I'd love to hear you break that down. Terry, I think you mean Chavsky FC need Harry Maguire in defense. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people calling for that today. I'd love to see that happen, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in regards to that. But I don't think that deal's going to happen, to be fair. Even banter aside. Can you send the link? I will send the link. I'm going to put the link in the live comment section now, my people. If you want to phone in and have your say, you want to hear from me. We want some good opinions, though, people. Good, bad, or indifferent. Come on and be fans. Come on and back your football club. Come and talk a little bit of, I wouldn't call it nonsense, but just come on and be a fan. Don't try and be a pundit. You know, we're not, I'm a host, so I try and be neutral, but be a football fan. We're a fan channel for fans. Don't try and be a football pundit and come on here and be like, oh, I'm just going to be really sensible and normal. If you are being sensible and normal, be yourself. But like some people, like you can see it's on the edge of their tongue and they want to say, City are rubbish. Just come on and say it. If you want to say it, come on and say it. Be a fan. That is what fan channels are becoming too much like Sky TV and BT Sport, and they've got their place. They're brilliant channels. That's not what we are. Come on and be a fan. Be a fan. That's why we exist. That link's now been shared, my people. 500 more likes. I'm gonna gift away those memberships as well to get smashing that like button, my beautiful, brilliant people. We're gonna get Patrick on in a minute, who's a City fan. He's backstage waiting diligently. Craig here says, I'm a big Arsenal fan, but some comments in the chat make me laugh. Like 3 matches has changed out. We're playing better, and with some comments, some people are going to look silly. Come on, you gooners. Is Haaland world-class player or just a world-class finisher? That is a very, very, very good question. And for me, this question is very much a case of preference. Your question there stating, is he a world-class finisher or world-class player? That's going to come down to what people's preferences are over what constitutes a world-class player versus a world-class finisher. So for me, he is world-class at his position. He holds the ball up well. He brings people into play. His touch is pretty good. He doesn't have a Zidane or a Eric Cantona or a Dimitar Berbatov level touch, but he has a good touch. His interchange is pretty good, and I think there's a lot of room to improve that. And I think Pep Guardiola will teach and training to be better at doing it. But Haaland, for me, is a world-class number 9. I think he's a world-class finisher, like you say. I think he has the potential to be a world-class footballer. When he becomes a world-class footballer is when you start doing what the Harry Kanes, the Lewandowskis, and the Benzema's do. And that's bringing other people into play. So if you're not scoring, are you still influencing games? So in the previous match, because of how City performed, he only had 9 to 10 touches, but he still created a goal in that. And you need more of that. That will come for me with experience and time as he grows as a player. So right now, I would say world-class striker is an out-and-out number 9, but not a world-class overall football player. I think there is a fundamental difference between those two things. But Haaland is top class. The potential is there. People that used to call him like the Nordic or the Nordic Lukaku or the blonde Lukaku look silly now because he does things on the ball that Lukaku couldn't do in his dreams, let alone in the big English Premier League when there's pressure on you. So that's my thoughts on that. Terry, did you see the link play today? Yeah, the link play. I thought the link play was good. I mean, again, you may see it differently as a Manchester City supporter, but personally, I thought that it was pretty good indeed. First on the show with me today is going to be Patrick. Welcome back to the show, my friend. What do you want to say?
I'm good. Good. Thanks for having me. First of all, big up to all the Arsenal fans. I see you're all living in Cocoland as always. But you know what? We're enjoying watching this. We're clipping you. We're clipping the tweets. We're all happy. Terry, to be honest with you, this game is from the beginning when it started off. I remember even before the Gundogan goal, I wrote a message in the WhatsApp group we have for Man City fans and say, guys, this midfield of the setup for Newcastle looks a bit scary. And as always, every fan, we've got fans as Man City with your chest out and say, shut up, don't be negative. We got this. We're gonna just go through. I think it was disappointing. If we're being honest, and if I'm being honest, it was very disappointing because it looked like the other team wanted it more than us. But what also disappointed me was the whole 4 backs tucking into midfield wasn't working. It worked for West Ham. It worked for Bournemouth, but it wasn't working for this particular game. And as you remember, Terry, I don't know if it was here when I came and said, after we beat West Ham, it's not as a challenge for me. I said in a lot of channels, that wasn't a challenge. Bournemouth wasn't a challenge. I'm looking for a team that's going to challenge us. And I was like, I think Newcastle might be the team that challenges us. But today, if we're being honest, I think we're a bit rubbish in the first half, and sometimes it looked like there was no desire until Haaland scored, and he looked like he started going. He was pumped up to bring the team back. But overall, I think maybe Eddie Howe got the tactics better than Pep, and he outclassed Pep in the first half. That's what I can say about that game, to be honest.
Yeah, listen, I think it's very fair of you to say it's disappointing because I agree. I think it should feel disappointing, I believe, for a City fan today because although you're away and Newcastle have become a good team, in every position you've got better players, your manager's better, you've got a stronger bench. So to concede 3 goals and of course rely on your star players to have individual moments of brilliance to come back for a team of your standards, that is disappointing. But of course, it shows the quality of the Premier League, how hard it is to win games here, and the level that you need to be at every single minute of every single game to be able to basically stay in this league and to be to stay in the league from a relegation point of view or to challenge for league titles. You see Man United have no work rate in their opening 2 games and get destroyed. You saw Chelsea this afternoon. They run 10 kilometers less than Leeds and Leeds battered them 3-0. And I think that plays a part. And that's why Newcastle was so good today. They almost caught you off guard with how much they run, how much
Yeah,
they
they did, yeah.
press, and then how they got back into shape when you got the ball. They were so hard to play against for yourselves today. So I get the disappointment, but of course, praise in there for Newcastle. I wanted to ask you about Haaland because there's still a lot of people calling him a tap-in merchant. There's a lot of people saying that his link-up play isn't good enough. He doesn't offer enough to the team. What's your take on him as a striker 3 games into his Premier League life?
What I can say is, Terry, when all of us, majority of us, when we were kids, and you see that the other kid has got a new toy, or maybe you get a PlayStation 1, why it's out of fashion, and your friend got a PlayStation 3, there was always that friend who was bitter. He's like, I don't care, we're still playing the same games. It's still a video game to me. What I've noticed is for most rival fans, especially Chelsea fans, which I'm shocked by, I think because he was about to go to Chelsea and then they got Lukaku. I've noticed Chelsea fans are trying their utmost best to make sure that they drag Haaland down to the level of Lukaku, who, after spending 115 million, they sent him back to Inter for 100. Chelsea fans, Man City is not Chelsea. How many number 9s have died at Chelsea? Higuain, Pato. Let's not forget Morata. The list can go on. So don't compare to that. But what I've seen with Haaland in the past few games is he said after his interviews all the time that I want to improve a lot. If you look at the West Ham game, yes, he was having runs in behind, but he didn't touch the ball multiple times. In the second game, he had about 9 touches but got an assist. And people were laughing at him saying, oh, this guy is going to struggle. This game, he was already dropping down, doing interplay, linking up with players. And to be honest with you, if today he didn't miss those other 2, I'm pretty sure everybody in the comments would be twerking for Haaland, saying this guy is world class. I think the kid is talented, he's generational, and he's going to be one of the best strikers in the Prem. I can even say that right now. It's just that I have noticed that a lot of people are not happy because he's gone to City, but they're not even more happy because he's a City fan. And when the pictures came out, people were saying Photoshop. Until more pictures came out, they're still saying Photoshop. So Terry, I think this is just hurt. And when people are hurt, they say silly things. That's why you see most people saying, oh, he's not world class. Because I can ask you this, Terry, and if you're being honest, if Haaland stepped into Man United right now, would you say, no, go away, you're just a Lukaku?
No, look, he is this, but this is what happens in the modern day game. There's banter. There's something just got put into a group chat I'm in by a gal, and a gal said, "Lol, Twitter joke turned into news." This is what happens, and it's a news article that's been produced today with the headline: "Man United are signing another Bastian Schweinsteiger." And it's a whole big news article, basically comparing the Casemiro deal to that, all based on some, not even a person's real name or face, just like one of those random like AFC Troy accounts, right? A whole article's been created. What people do is they read a bit of the article or the headline and go, "Oh yeah, it is the same thing." So all it takes is a troll to say Haaland isn't that great, or come up with a funny little joke, or find an obscure passage that you read about football that makes Haaland bad, or they find one bad stat about him, and then that kind of catches fire as an example. And I get the banter side of it, but banter for me, like people banter every element of the game now, and
Yeah,
they're
they
taking
do.
it too far. What it does, it dilutes actual banter from serious football fan conversation. And again, a City fan phoning up now to say, I think City are going to crash and burn this year. That's fine because you're being a fan, but don't lie. Like Haaland is a top player.
Can I say one thing,
And everyone's jealous that City got him. Everyone.
Can I say one thing, Terry? To be honest with you, that's the thing. There's only a few people out there, and every time I watch your channel, there's a difference. You are able to take banter, and you're very press resistant. Fair play to you, because I've seen sometimes people go and attack at you, and I'm like, I would have broken down by there. I'm pretty sure I would have been given out, going on the rant. But this is what it is. There's only a few people in this world who are able to go to Twitter and banter, because I do the same thing. I go to my Twitter. My Twitter is not the same thing when you see me when I'm on YouTube. On YouTube, I want to talk football, so I talk facts. I'll banter people for the sake of it. Nunes, I was number one. I was one of the people bantering Nunes, but deep down inside, I knew Nunes is a baller. But there's people out there, I think you're right. They don't know the difference between banter and being serious, or having a serious take.
There's a guy that comes on the terrace and he keeps saying, why are people still bantering Arsenal? I want you to be nice about us. We're improving. But at the same time, all he does all day is tweet about everybody else's clubs being rubbish. I'm like, mate, you're now internalizing this because you go at everybody's clubs. Everybody comes for you about your club, whether you're good or bad. Like you know, it's almost a case of like, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword, you know, like get the balance right. Patrick, though, listen, my friend, thanks for coming on and having your say. I really do appreciate it, mate.
Yeah, thank you, Terry.
Speak again soon. Top man. Thank you. Haaland was never about to join Chelsea. Capping. Okay, look, I wouldn't take him too seriously in terms of his full word. I think what he means is Chelsea were chasing him and ended up with Lukaku is what he meant in relation to that. The fact that City can go up a gear and get 2 goals in 10 minutes against anyone in this league is still scary. Bad today, but don't count them out. And I think that's true. As I've already alluded to, I think they were shocked today by Newcastle. Newcastle exploited weaknesses within this City team because they have them, but still they were able to come through that adversity and pick up a point. And that's why a lot of people have City as their title favourites. I want to say big up to you, Terry. I've actually watched you for a long time. I am probably one of your OG supporters. I remember you doing videos outside your office job, and even then you had your kid in the back seat. I used to do that. Yeah, I used to stream in my car. I'd park up somewhere and stream. My son would be asleep in the back. I know, back in them days. Yeah, I kind of miss those days a little bit. I do miss those days now, but life moves on, doesn't it? It moves on. Plus, where I live now, there's no phone signal, so I couldn't do it anyway. If I don't have Wi-Fi, I don't have a phone here. Like, I live in the boonies. The local shop shuts at 4 o'clock on a Sunday. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's a madness around here. Honestly, it's crazy. Next on the show, we're gonna go to Ibrahim Usman. He's a City. Sorry, wrong one. He's a City fan. What are you saying?
No, I'm a Liverpool fan, bro.
Oh, are you? Sorry, I thought that was a City kit. Sorry, in your profile. What are you saying?
Bruv, I'm vexed, man. I'm vexed.
Why are you vexed?
You see Man City, you know, I know why I'm vexed.
I thought you forgot. Go on, mate.
Nah.
Go on.
When you see Man City, yeah, even when they get rattles, you just see that midfield, and it would always help them out. You look at Liverpool, and you have Horrendous and a Milner starting games. I guarantee you, if they started that game today and we were 3-1 down, we don't win the game. We don't win the game. We don't even come back. I'm sick and tired.
So as a Liverpool fan watching Manchester City today, have you already resigned yourself to the fact that you're not going to win the league?
We're not even making top 4, Terry. I'm telling you that now. We're not making top 4 this season. We're not. I'm sorry. If any Liverpool fan tells you we're making top 4 with this midfield, it's an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke. Liverpool fans are the most deluded fan base in world football. They tell you, oh, Arsenal are deluded. Oh, Chelsea are deluded. Look at our midfield. Look at our midfield. We started Fabinho, Milner. People need to understand Milner. He doesn't get into any top 10 team in the fucking Premier League, and he starts for Liverpool. But no. Trusting club. Bro, I'm telling you, man. Why on earth are we not getting a central midfielder this season? I don't understand.
Bro. I had to put 2 caps on there because I've never heard so much cap in my life.
We're not making top 4. We're not making top
4. This midfield nearly won a quad last year. Why would they drop out?
But we didn't.
Let me finish. But why would they just drop out of the top 4, like, and become that bad in the space of 1 year? Come on now.
I'll tell you why. This same midfield has been the same since 2018. We've
Yes.
made one addition in 4 years, which is Thiago in 2020. We haven't signed a 23 to 26-year-old midfielder in about 5 years. We've stagnated. The defense is good. The goalkeeping position is okay. I mean, our backup goalkeeper gets injured more than a fucking sieve. And our attack, when it comes to Firmino, certain attackers are moving mad nowadays. We've got Roberto Firmino, who just gets injured every time. And that midfield, man. That midfield. Like, there's certain people in our fan base that still rate Henderson. That should tell you everything that you need to know about our team and our fans.
I hear that, but you're going to get 3 points tomorrow night. You're playing Man United.
No chance. No chance. No chance.
I can't even laugh because my voice is gone. Well, you don't
kidding.
think hang on, you don't think you're going to beat Manchester United tomorrow night?
No.
Explain that to me, please.
As bad as Manchester United are, and they are absolutely terrible, we're starting with Fabinho, Henderson, and Milner. No ball carrying in that midfield. No passing in that midfield. No creativity in that midfield. And the only way we're going to be...
Are you really, sorry, are you really a Liverpool fan?
Yeah, I am.
Really?
I am, 100%.
Okay, answer me this. Who was the manager before Brendan Rodgers?
Kenny Dalglish, man. Don't
Okay,
play me.
okay. Who was the manager before Rafa Benitez?
Gerard Houllier.
Hey, okay, all right, okay, that's pretty quick. I'll give you that. Listen, my friend, I really appreciate you coming on and having your say. Top man. An angry Liverpool fan there. City fans. By the way, this is the biggest Man City stream we've ever done when they haven't lost. Thank you very much. Make sure like buttons are being smashed. A Liverpool fan not happy at all. We've got Chelsea fans and Arsenal fans backstage. We've got more Liverpool fans and all sorts of people backstage. Chike's on the show next. He is a City fan. He's looking hella skinny as well. Man's lost bare weight. What are you saying, my friend?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I've lost about, 30, 40 pounds in the last few months. And I've been trying to, do lots of cardio, lots of lifting, and I'm just eating right. That's been my main thing that's got me down. And that guy's right, Terry. Liverpool have no ball playing midfielders in that team. They don't. They really don't. So as bad as Man United are, Liverpool can't be anything. Liverpool might be worse, because even Jamie Phillips said it the other day. Whenever the ball gets turned over, because Fabinho hasn't got the athleticism and the ability to read the ball, that's why when you play such a high line, he's the last man getting exposed because he doesn't have the athleticism to get out of trouble. So that's why I agree with him when he says that their midfield is weak. But City as a team, we were shite, Terry. We were awful. Like Jesus Christ, we were. I was watching the game. I couldn't believe we should have lost that game like easily 4 or 5-1. We were awful, Terry. We were shocking, and it doesn't surprise me because we always do terrible on the counterattack. We always do terrible. Tottenham, Newcastle. Newcastle from last year, we were terrible, Terry. So now people are gonna come for us and be like, oh, this City team are washed. I'm just vexed right now, Terry.
I think you'll be okay though. I think you'll be okay. I think that this is just yes, a blueprint to a degree has been shown on how you can maybe beat Manchester City, but how many teams actually have the speed and the athleticism of the Newcastle team? It's probably only. I'll tell you who I'd worry about playing at the minute if I was you, because they've got power, they've got speed, and they've got better ballers and a better defense. Arsenal. I think Arsenal would beat right now. If both teams played, Arsenal would beat Man City. I really believe that, especially with their backline. Their backline is great on the ball, powerful.
Saliba, I think Saliba got man. I think did he get man of the match yesterday?
He should have done. I think they officially. I think Sky gave it to Gabriel Jesus, but there we go.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. He's a baller too. But I would give it to Saliba. But that's just me. Anyway, what were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
Another thing I want to say, thank you very much for coming on again. Thank you for all the support you give the Terry, especially with your super chats. Well done on losing the weight, buddy. Top man. Take care. We'll speak again soon, brother. Thank you very much,
Terry.
Dude, thank you. I appreciate your football knowledge. course. That is the best football knowledge out there. My knowledge is so good. That's why none of the TV companies ever want me going on there talking football, because they say it wouldn't be fair on everybody else. It's a joke, in case anyone thinks I'm being serious. I like sarcasm. The fact, oh, sorry, I've already read that one out, my friends. Right. I want to speak to a gooner. I'm going to speak. Brandon's here. What you saying, mate?
We're going to win the league, Terry. We got Super Mick Arteta. No, I'm only joking, mate. I'm only joking. I really wanted to come on and talk about Newcastle, to be fair. We all know how good Manchester City are. The chances are, I know they drew today and they didn't look that great today, but I don't think City played poorly either. I think they, any other day against any other team, I think City would have won comfortably. I just think Newcastle was so good today. And not enough respect is put on to Eddie Howe, I don't think. He's come into Newcastle after they had to put up with Bruce Ball, and he's completely changed it around for them. And like you said earlier, a blueprint there on how you can play against the likes of Manchester City and even Arsenal as well, because we both use inverted fullbacks, and that's how you play against inverted fullbacks. The space is out wide. They've got quick players. They've got dangerous players in St. Maximin, who was excellent today. And that's where you can cause these team problems. But aside from that, mate, I think Newcastle fans, if they continue to play like that for the rest of the season, then they could have high ambitions this season. And I'm not talking Champions League, because I think that's a bit out of reach at the moment, but definitely Conference League, or maybe even Europa League as well. So yeah, and Joe Linton as well. Since he's changed into a midfielder, completely different player, isn't he? Altogether.
Mate, it's one of, honestly, like, if he keeps improving, and it's one of the best comebacks I've ever seen from a Premier League player who has been totally written off, laughed at, like bantered, like talked about as one of the worst signings. Remember, £50 million they paid for him. They've moved him into midfield, and he looks really good. Like, he looks really, really good. The last time I saw a player change position and improve that much was Dion Dublin, when he went from being a centre-back to a striker. I can't remember the last time a player's position was completely changed. I'm not talking he was a wing back and he become a winger. I'm talking a complete change in role, and they've improved, and they've gone from being League One level to suddenly being a Premier. He is a proper Premier League midfielder. He really is.
100%. It'd be intriguing, actually, after the game to find out what Jack Grealish has got to say about Almiron now. You remember the tweet that he put out about Bernardo Silva playing like Almiron. Well, he scored a goal today, so
I bet, mate. I bet.
But
listen,
real quick.
Yeah, go on, mate. Go on.
Yeah, just real quick. I was so impressed with St. Maximin's performance today that I kind of had a little, obviously Arsenal are in the market for, I think we're in the market for a midfielder. I think we should also be in the market for a winger as well, who can provide competition to Saka and Martinelli. I think St. Maximin could be that guy. He's very dangerous. Whenever he plays, he's always causing problems to defenders. And yeah, okay, he's not that great in terms of his output in goals and assists and that. But I think that's something that he could improve on playing in a better team. And maybe it might be worth, I think it cost a lot of money though. He's hands down Newcastle's most dangerous player.
Yeah, I think with Newcastle's new owners though, the only kind of team that could probably take him would be a team that's challenging right now. I know you're top of the league. I think he'd probably look at it and be like, he wouldn't probably force the move, and Newcastle wouldn't accept it. Does that make it? Would have to take a team to completely make it. Like if Barca came in for him and said, "We want you," he'd probably say yes, and Newcastle would reluctantly let him go. But Newcastle were going to be like City. I just don't remember. City just don't lose players, and they didn't.
Yeah.
City weren't even losing players in their first 2 or 3 years with the Sheikh's money, so it'll be hard to take away. But yeah, it was very, very good today.
And also, don't do yourself dirty like that, Terry. Your football knowledge is very good, so
Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Listen, mate, you take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Top man, thank you. Let's do some of your comments that have come through. Terry, Anthony faster than Adama. Is he? Where are you getting that for? Is that a question? I don't know. If he is, great. But yeah, I don't know. On FIFA, someone might know, but I don't know. I haven't seen them run against each other. I never knew your club was alive. Okay, I don't understand it. Dion Dublin. Yeah, Dion Dublin was a very good striker. Grealish mudded. Yeah, he has been mudded by Almiron today, big time. Terry, don't talk much. We want to hear fan opinions, not yours. I don't know why that tickled me so much. Anthony is more explosive. Okay, fair enough. If St. Maximin played for a top 6 team, he would not be able to play that way. He does because of the system doesn't allow him allow for such a player. Yeah, there'd be less room to run into. That's the thing with St. Maximin. How would he be against low blocks? That would be the difficulty for him. I think that's one of the reasons why no big club ever came in for Jamie Vardy, because Jamie Vardy's skill was running into those channels and running in behind. But if 80% of the teams you play against have 11 men behind the ball, how are you going to do it? So it's hard. I'd say what it would be good for a team, the bigger teams, is like an impact player. And by the way, as good as he was today, Newcastle fans may disagree. There isn't much end product. And I feel like in 2 or 3 years' time, as more and more investment comes in, he'll eventually be moved on. In my humble opinion, anyway. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I like him, though. He's a good character as well. I like how he uses social media. I'm not going to lie. Terry, an undercover Arsenal fan? Not really. Terry, Arsenal are second. No, they're first. Oh, what? Do I think they're going to come second? No. I don't. Liverpool and City will be number 1 and number 2 this year. No matter how they've started, they'll be number 1 and number 2. He got 2 assists. Oh, no. Okay. I'm talking generally. I said it was great today. Like, he just doesn't have enough end product. And if he wants to stay at Newcastle, he's going to have to start delivering more end product. That's what's going to have to happen, in my view. But there we go. Next on the show, we have got Chelsea fan, CFC OG. We've got Steve backstage that's going to come on soon as well. What you saying, CFC?
Yo, what you saying, man? I mean, this result, it helps me feel better slightly, just a little bit. It's not really helped me that much, but boy, man, this start of this season it's a mad one. I don't know what to say, man. Arsenal on top of the table. No much bants I'm getting, bro. It's mad. But another thing is, like, of course they're gonna keep getting bants. I don't know why they think they're not gonna get it. Like, think about it. People win trebles like Man United, and they still got a bit of bants. The only way you could ever even slightly be, I don't know, have an armor to it is if you win the quadruple. Man City fans, the reason Chelsea will always be able to bounce you guys haven't won a Champions League. I'm not saying HAALAND's Lukaku, far from it. I don't know if we were close to getting him or not, but obviously we wish we had him. Every club wish we had him. But a lot of like this talk today, I just keep hearing the word mentality, and then I hear other people talking about the tangible stuff, like tactics and how much kilometers they ran. Listen, like I think it's a mixture of both. But if you are just going to talk mentality, yeah, Newcastle obviously are upgrading their mentality. They're going like for top 8, top 6. That's what probably written on the sheet. When you start FIFA, they tell you where you should finish and what you should do. Guarantee they told them top 8, please. You'll get the bonuses. And I can keep telling people as well, top 6 is what you made, isn't it? I'm telling people the new thing I'm gonna make is top 8, because that's what it's looking like. If I thought West Ham was gonna turn up a gear,
It could happen. I mean, it could. I mean, it could happen. I mean, we all thought Leicester were gonna. For a little while, there was thought that Leicester were gonna join the pack. I think Newcastle will join the pack because of the money that they've got. How they're going to invest, I think they will over the course of time. But mentality is a massive thing in football. The reason Newcastle bought really good players, they've got a top manager. I really think Eddie Howe's top. But the reason they were able to do what they did today is because they believed in themselves, they believed in the tactics, and they worked hard. If you take away the hard work today, none of the tactics come off. And I've got a real issue with fans who think tactics before they think hard work, who think about ability before they think about dedication and playing with passion and playing with desire and having perseverance. You need the ability to actually progress and move forward. But without that foundation of hard work, passion, dedication, if that isn't there, you could literally have 11 Messis, but with no dedication and hard work, you are not achieving the end result. You're not achieving the goals. And football fans have got to learn that's what's key. And you look at this Newcastle team, they play hard. City, how'd they get back into the game today? They kept on going. What City did today, which was so brilliant, City didn't turn around and go, 3-1 down, game's over, and then go and concede another. They regrouped, they kept in their shape, they didn't panic, and they got those 2 goals back. Today, for me, as great as the football was, the battle of the minds today was so much more impressive to me, and that's what the top teams do, and Newcastle were improving in that area. Listen, my guy, top man, great call. Thanks for coming on, mate, and we'll speak soon. Thank you very much indeed. Steve's on the show next. Steve is I think he's a Newcastle fan. I see Wonga on his shirt. He's definitely a Newcastle fan. What you saying, mate?
Hey, first things first, Terry. I really enjoy your content, and it's absolute pleasure to come on the show. I really look up to you, man. You're one of my favorite content creators to watch, honestly. I really appreciate your takes, not just on like Manchester United, but just football in general. I appreciate you. So thank you very much for having me on the show. I really appreciate it, man.
Not a problem at all. Great result for Newcastle today.
Yeah.
Give me your thoughts.
I am absolutely ecstatic. I love the club. I feel that dying ember of love for the club. I love Eddie Howe, the backroom staff, the new ownership. You could say what you want, but you know what? Under Mike Ashley, we were suffering really, really badly, just like you guys are with the Glazers, right?
Yeah.
So the club is reborn, and St. James is a fortress once again. So that's, I thought ASM, like you said, Terry, I'm a big ASM critic, but I'm also his fan. I'm a big ASM lover going back to his Bastia days. I'm a really, really big fan of him. I'm a fan of Callum Wilson. Miggy Almiron's got the heart and the soul, and he's got the endeavor about him and the effort. And he did get a goal. I like that when Miggy misses a chance, he still keeps going. It's like the guy is a confidence player, but he keeps going. He keeps trying. And that's the overall what this Newcastle side do under Eddie Howe. We work, and we have a game plan. It's very defined. And it's beautiful to watch. It really is. I'm so happy. I really am. Say what you want about the 2 goals, but you know what? I thought we were going to lose 2-0 today, to be blunt with you. Man City, I thought we're always going to score 2 or 3 goals. So we needed about 3 to get a result, and we did. So I'm just super happy, man.
No, I bet you are, because you've improved so much, and as fans you went through so much as well. And I'm not someone that wants other teams to do well, but I didn't like the way Mike Ashley treated you as a football club. I didn't like the way he was running the football club. I don't like to see the working classes and clubs that were built by the working classes run down like that.
Yes.
And I was always disgusted when I would see ex-pros talk, having to go at Newcastle.
Ferdinand, prime example.
Yeah, what Ferdinand said for me was just so wrong. It's unbelievable. And it's funny. I got called out last night online because they were, you don't care when other people's clubs run badly. I'm like, well, if you watch my content, that's absolute bullshit. So it's good to see a club like Newcastle being treated right. Owners that want to make you successful and everything else, my friend. But in terms of where do you think you're going to finish this season? What's your prediction?
I said at the beginning of the season 7th, and there's a huge caveat here for a few things. I think we need to make at least 2 or 3 more signings. Callum Wilson is a very good striker, in my opinion. He will get us goals, but he needs to stay fit. And also, like you said about Alain Saint-Maximin, he needs to get more end product. But you know what? Yesterday on Newcastle Fans TV, which I'm a full member of and I did the watch along for, we did an interview with him yesterday at the, he had a Helios event with the social media brand. And he said multiple times, we're aiming for the UEFA Champions League. We are. And you know what? I've been a critic of him because there are a lot of times in a lot of games where he turns the ball over in midfield and the game gets to him if it's not going perfectly, if it's not humming along. It's like it's a mental thing for me. He's got the quality, he's got the dribbling, the trickery, these excellent moves around the pitch, and same thing with Bruno Guimaraes. But ASM to me today played like a Champions League player. He played like what Zaha did yesterday against Aston Villa. It was a quality performance, but every man to a T on Newcastle, even the subs. Longstaff, okay, it was a bit iffy, but you know what? Everyone did their job today for the most part. We went down 1-0 to Man City. Not many teams can say that they got a point out of that. It's a very, very tricky team.
Yeah,
It's
to
very,
go
very
goal.
skillful team.
Yeah.
They've got subs off the bench. So I'm incredible. Yeah, sorry.
You're spot on about that. You went a goal down and you nearly went 2-0 down and then you came back. So, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Listen, my friend, thanks for coming on and having your say and for the kind words at the start. It means a lot. And
Of
we'll
course.
chat again, and we'll chat again soon. Take care, my friend. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Next on the show, Peterson's here. He's a Liverpool fan. Are Liverpool fans worried about Man City, or do they see some chinks in their armor? One Liverpool fan has already said they're not even making top 4. What are you saying, my friend?
Top 2, maybe top 3. We are certainly making the top 4, but I also think that we will be in the title race because we're just used to that at this point here. I mean, how many years have we been saying that, oh, we need this player, we need a midfielder, a defender, an attacker, but we know we're always like short-handed, so we're still going to do the title race. Maybe not win the league, I don't think so, because I absolutely believe that we need a midfielder. One midfielder change everything. 2 midfielders for sure will win the league. And if Bernardo Silva leaves, better for us, because I believe he's the guy every time they're in a bad situation, he always find a way to get a goal and assist or anything. So if he leaves and we get a midfielder or another one, we're winning this league for sure.
Big words there from Peterson. And listen, I think you do need a bit more. I still all summer I felt like Liverpool going to pull something out right at the end. I don't know.
We are signing someone. We are. Trust me. We are signing someone.
There we go. Peterson, top man for coming on, having your say. Really appreciate it, bro. Thank you very much indeed. Next, we've got, who am I going to speak to here? Another Arsenal fan. Josh is here. What are you saying, Josh?
Yo, what you saying, Terry, man? I hope you're well. Obviously, Arsenal sitting top of the league. And also today was a perfect day. Leeds slapping the shit out of Chelsea. Man City getting found out. And honestly, yeah, man, what a weekend of football. Goals. And also, Mendy is not better than Ramsdale. I'm saying it right now. Mendy is not better than Ramsdale. He is washed. He is crap. He's overrated as well. So let me make that clear. Mendy is not better than Ramsdale. Mendy is so overrated. But honestly, big game tomorrow. Liverpool United. I think United can get a point or so out of this, but I do think Liverpool, with their attack, Salah, Diaz, and whatnot, I think they'll probably just edge it. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 Liverpool win. But if you look can keep it tight, keep Salah quiet, keep Diaz quiet, I think you may get a point. But again, we'll see how United plays. But honestly, Ramsdale is so clear of Mendy. Mendy, listen, boy. What was he doing today, man? Why did he make that mistake? Like, why? Honestly, he's just so trash, man. He's overrated. He's trash, man. He's just, yeah.
I hear that, mate. And look, I think Arsenal fans should be quite happy tonight. Are you going to win the league? Most likely not. But yeah,
quickly, sorry.
This time last year, you were bottom with no points in 3 games, so you should be feeling very happy. And I think anyone telling
quickly,
Arsenal fans, go on, mate, go on.
Yeah. Quickly before I go, I'm not gonna get carried away and start saying that Arsenal going to league because that is not gonna happen. My prediction is City and Liverpool are going to finish first and second. As obviously you have said numerous times, I do agree with you. City and Liverpool are going to finish top and first and second. Arsenal, well, my expectation is for us to get top 4. We need the Champions League. We need that juice back because honestly, Arsenal haven't had Champions League for 6 years. The last time Arsenal won Champions League was 6 years ago, when Leicester City won the Premier League by default. But honestly, since then we've been in the Europa League, lost semi-final to Villarreal, lost the final and back to Chelsea. Arsenal have been all over the place. For us, 3 games in, 3 wins in a row, 9 points. That means something, and also Terry, Arsenal could be 5 points clear of City. If we beat Fulham, 12 points, and then City will be on 7. So, yeah, man, I'll be happy if we can do that. But honestly, I'm not getting carried away one bit. There's still a lot of games to be played in the season, but good start to Arsenal. Hopefully, City will draw and lose more games. But yeah, honestly, I'm buzzing, man.
Listen, and I think you should be as a gooner. Josh, thanks for coming on, mate, and having your say. Really appreciate
Cheers, man.
it.
God bless you, bro.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you here to Stragsburg Steve for becoming an official member of the Football Terrace. We had a super chat too that came through here from Pep, who says we were trashed today, and Pep with 0 subs again, apart from the Ake injury one. Pep out. Obviously joking there. Thank you again, Terry, for having me on the show. Big up to the haters talking BS in the comments too. Yeah, bro. Listen, you'll have to just, that's the way it is when you come on and speak in front of rivals. Again, I'm still getting abuse from my tweet yesterday that I put out that Liverpool fans are upset about. I've had a DM from a guy saying it's the worst tweet he's ever seen in 10 years. I'm like, listen, all I tweet, do you guys want to know what I said? It's not even deep. I said, Liverpool fans not backing the Man United protest are disrespecting the soul of Liverpool. Liverpool are famed for fighting for the working classes. It's a disgrace that any Liverpool fan would criticize the protesters. I then clarify by saying I clearly do not mean Liverpool fans to join the protest. I'm talking about Liverpool fans who have claimed to me that the protests are wrong because the Glazers are good owners and United fans are just entitled. No true football fan should stand for owners like this in football. My point is this. I don't think that Liverpool fans should join the protests. I don't think they should be sharing it and talking about it, but to criticize it and say that our owners are good and that we're just entitled fans, I think for a club that has been mistreated by owners in the past is just wrong. There's banter and there's rivalry, and then there's disrespecting the heritage of your own city and football club. I think that's a pretty fair thing to say. And then I'm getting, oh, you don't care about other people's clubs? Well, I do. I spoke about it on my show. It's funny. The point I'm making is hate is just going to hate. You know what I mean? It's one of them. But instead, some Liverpool fans are. Someone messaging me going, bro, I completely agree with you. I'm not going to say it publicly, though, because I'll get cooked by my fellow Liverpool fans. I'm just like, that's a weird way to behave. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm old. But yeah, hate is everywhere, mate, no matter what you say or do. But listen, just be yourself. I've been told to delete it and apologize. And I'm like, for what? For what? Like, it's like the most least offensive thing ever. It's one of them things there. Still a stupid tweet. Not at all. It isn't. Like, no one can explain to me why it's stupid. And I get into threads of conversations with people, and I'm like, but do you agree that Liverpool fans are saying that it's an entitlement and we're wrong to protest? Do you agree with that? No, I don't agree with that. They're wrong. Then you agree with my tweet. You agree with my tweet to a degree. People go, oh, but the game shouldn't get postponed, and we should get the points. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, fine, have the points. Like, I don't really care. I know what it is. It's two things. One, the main thing is Liverpool fans are scared the game's going to get called off because Liverpool fans want to embarrass us. And what they don't want to admit out loud is even if they get a 3-0 win and 3 points, they're not happy. They want to put 4, 5, 6 goals past us. And I get it. I understand that completely. But just say what you really think and feel. What I would say is this, though. Some Liverpool fans are putting the embarrassment of Man United above working class football clubs being run correctly. And personally, that's just something that doesn't sit right with me as a human being. If Man United were traveling to who's not very Newcastle when they had Mike Ashley, and Newcastle fans stopped the game from going ahead, I wouldn't be bothered. I'd be like, fair enough. Now, if we had to replay the game, I could kind of understand why that would be frustrating. But we'd probably be awarded the 3 points. You move on. I don't get why there's frustration. It doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, that's just my take. But yeah, I don't think it's silly at all. It's my opinion. And I've got one guy, this journalist said to me, you can't tell people what they can and can't think and say. I'm like, then why are you telling me to delete my tweets? People are mad. Believe me, Terry, I get it. People hate because they wish they were relevant. Maybe that's what it is. You're projecting, Terry. See, I don't know what that means. Projecting. Again, I know what projecting means, but I don't know what you mean by it. That's one of those psycho babble words people use and throw at you, but they're not really saying anything. They say you're just projecting, or I think your response is like pseudo moralistic. Well, what do you mean there? Break that down for me. Like, I know what that means, as in what the saying means, but break down how I'm doing that. Like, I'm not projecting anything. Like, I don't care if the game gets called off, and I don't care if Liverpool get the 3 points. I think they're going to get the 3 points anyway. Helping to get the Glazers out for me trumps winning, trumps beating Liverpool, trumps watching Casemiro hold a shirt at the ground. None of those things matter as much as the protest. And again, a Liverpool fan saying, I'm okay with the protests, I'm okay with the game being called off, but we should get the 3, but we shouldn't have to replay it. I think that's a fair opinion. Saying that we shouldn't protest because the Glazers are good and United fans are just being entitled, that's something I have a real problem with, because there cannot be a single football fan in their heart of hearts who seriously believes that the Glazers are good football club owners and treat the people correctly. As an Arsenal fan, I disagree, mate, about us beating City at the moment. Slowly, we are controlling more minutes, yes, but fighting for 90 minutes against City is tough. That's a fair point, my friend. I just think right now, I just think you beat them. They are better than you, but I just think right now you could catch them. But good point, my friend. Terry, question for you: is only the owner's fault not to go to games anymore, or just focusing on growing your channel and making money? What do you mean? I mean, I'm a content creator and I make content. Talking about the Glazers out is a big belief of mine. If I start giving opinions and that attracts more people to watch my content, that's just the nature of the beast. You could use that logic on anything. Am I covering football because I love football, or because I want more followers and then I want to make money out of it? Be honest with you, full-time content creators want viewers, they want more followers, and they want money. So I want to create compelling content that people want to watch and listen to, that people feel connected to. You watch most of my streams, you super chat most of the time, so you must feel that way about me. So me seeking an even bigger audience, but organically through me just being me, is exactly what you're doing here. So I don't really get what the issue with that would be. You know what I'm saying? So what I say about the Glazers, I've been saying before I was on camera, and I've been saying it since I had 100 subscribers. Now that I've got up 260,000, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter to me. People ask me questions like, are you going to go to the protests? Probably not. Why? Because I have a job. This is my job now. I work with a company. I have to do a certain amount of shows per week. That's my commitment. And that's my priority in terms of earning money to feed my children. Equally, I think the protests are okay, but I don't think protests really work in isolation. That's what some people believe in, and they're free to do it. For me, there's an easier way to damage Man United's football club. It's crash that share price. One of the things, crash the share price, pull the money away from the football club. Theoretically, you could do that sitting in your armchair. You don't need to go to the hassle of creating a protest. And the protest is great visually. People will see it and they'll hear about it. So I understand it and I respect it. And I'm going to share stuff on my socials later tonight about it. I've had a few of the organizers contact me. Of course, I'm going to help. But yeah, me talking about the Glazers, is it for me to grow and to make money? You could twist it into that if you choose to. But that's why all content creators make content. It's to grow. And most people that do content creating nowadays want to do it as a job. It wasn't a job 10 years ago because it didn't exist. It's now an industry. You know, it's like saying the football writers only write about football to make money. The footballers only play football to make money. Partly, it's just life. It's a job. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them. I don't really know what your angle is there, my friend. But yeah, I thought I'd give it a response anyway, if that makes sense. Terry, calling the game off isn't right at all. Why would the EPL call the game off only if it's United's in-house issues? Well, it depends on what happens. If they break into the ground again and there's 10,000 fans on the pitch, the game might not go ahead. If they don't let the players leave the hotel, the game might not go ahead. Not because of Man United's internal problems, but because United fans may stop the game from physically being able to be played. If that happens, I think Liverpool should be rewarded the 3 points. But United fans don't care about the 3 points. They care about putting pressure on our owners to sell the club. And in fact, getting the game cancelled is better than protesting. It's part of the protest, but you're better off just sending 1,000 guys to the hotel and don't let Man United leave the hotel. That would have a bigger impact than 50,000 people chanting outside Old Trafford, in my opinion. But everyone wants to go about these things in different ways. That's my take on the situation. Didn't need to explain yourself, Terry. It's your job and passion, full stop. Though I hear that. I don't need to explain myself. But that guy super chats a lot. He's a regular viewer, and I thought I would. But I've had a lot of accusations that recently. You only make content to make money. I'll be honest with you. Part of that is true. But then, do you know my motivations? Do you know what me and KJ and the team sit down and do? What I said at the beginning of the show, phone in, but come on and be a fan. I care about giving fans a voice. And that's where as soon as I started doing that and making these phone-in shows and allowing all different types of people to come on, that's when the growth of the Football Terrace really kicked in. So it is what it is. And for me to get the show in the channel to where I want it to be, it needs to generate an income. because you can't grow it without money. You know, look how good Don Robbie and AFTV is nowadays. You think they've done that through making no money? It wouldn't look like it looked if they hadn't made money. So it becomes a little bit like chicken and egg. It's just one of them. And I don't feel like I'm explaining myself. I'm just telling people how it is. But most people don't go to work to not earn money. That'd be a bit weird. A little bit strange for me. There we go. Listen, people, I know there's more people backstage. We are at the end of the show now. I'm sorry I can't take any more calls. I always feel guilty. Actually, it's how I feel. I feel guilty people can't come on, but otherwise I'd sit here all night, and I do actually have to eat and sleep and stuff like that. I am sometimes human being. But listen, people, thank you very much for tuning in. One of the biggest Man City streams that we've done. Until tomorrow, we've got transfer news, top 6, Man United, Liverpool match reaction or protest reaction. Let's see what happens. Can't wait to see you all again tomorrow. Take care. Good night. God bless. And I'll see you all again very, very soon. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, actually, I've got a new little outro for you. See you in a bit.